Dave Grohl. Dave Grohl is my second favorite guitar player. Do the math there. My sixth in my top 6. The second 5 being all number 2. Are we confused yet? All right, Dave Grohl, because with his songwriting, I really get the feeling that he sort of plopped a guitar in his hands and started to say, all right, how do I play this thing? And whenever he came up with a neat thing, his development can sort of be seen in his writing. And I like songs that when you mentally reverse engineer them, you can see them coming back to really just plunking around at nothing in particular and finding a couple notes and then working from there, rather than coming to the song with a big idea of what you'd like to get done. That's what I like about Dave Grohl's writing. Yeah, here we go. These Days for, oh my god, I forgot to look up who it's for. 1 second. For me, and for 1994 Aeolian. So, here we go. Ready? You're going to see what I mean. These Foo Fighter songs are like made for learning how to play the guitar. Like Mozart songs are made for piano. Foo Fighter songs are the Mozart of guitar. So, check it out. Before we even put our fingers on the guitar, what you're going to do is just get used to this plucking pattern. You're going to go A, E, D, E. Yeah, A, E, D, E, A, E, D, E. And that's going to be the plucking pattern for like the first 3 minutes of this song. Now, do it however you want, but I like to pluck A up, E down, D up, E down. So that way, whenever you're headed to the fat E string, your hand's already moving in that direction. When you're moving down to the D string, your hand's already moving in that direction, and then you're headed back up. Make sense? All right, so first of all, put your pointer finger on D11, and your middle finger on E12. I don't have a way to say that. And you're going to do our plucking pattern, like we said. A, E, D, E, A, E, D, E. And that's kind of a mind bender, because you've got an open string, that's the A string open, but then the fatter string below it is a higher note. So that kind of messes with your sense of where you are, and you might have a little trouble with this at first. But if you just don't think about what the notes sound like, just think about A, E, D, E, A, E, D, E. And you do that many notes, 8. And then you switch to ring finger on A12, and middle finger remains on E12. And you do the same plucking pattern. And that's it. That's the verse. Now, nobody's doing that, but implied are the chords. Nobody's doing this, but implied are the chords. A and D. So level 1 would be one of these days. Just play the chords. Level 5, there's no level 2 through 4. So why is this A? Check it out. We got an A, right? Now if you think of doing a C shape up here, your root note of your C chord is on the A string. So if we move this shape up to the 12th, 11th, and 10th frets, that would be in a C-shaped A, but it doesn't really quite work out because it's got the G in it, so it would be an A7. Ooh, that doesn't sound very good at all. Anyways, but you can visualize that this is an A. There's our, oh, right. So what I was saying about that is we have this D11 here. That is A's third, the C sharp, and the E12 is an E, and that's A's fifth. So we literally have a root, a fifth, and a third. There. And here we have a D with our open D, our A being the fifth, and E, it makes it like a D suspended 2 with the 2 in the bass. So it's just kind of funky and neat. And you can tell, I think, that when Dave Grohl wrote this song, he wasn't thinking, okay, I'm going to put a nice D suspended 2 in the bass. He just went like this, and it sounded neat. And then he just went like this, and it sounded neat. And maybe later he figured out that he was playing A and D. So that's like half the song. Great, pre-chorus. We're going to do like we're making a C chord, but we're only going to use middle finger on A3, pointer finger on D2, open G. You're going to go. meant to say. Now, that plucking pattern is going to persist through this whole thing. We're going to move this shape to G position, so E3, A2. We're going to do the same thing relatively. We're just going to start on the E string, so E, A, E, D, A, E, A, followed by this same little mini kind of C-shaped thing at the 5th fret of the A string, so that's now a D, because Grandma always brings Crappy Deviled, and it's 3rd. You always want to think of this as a root, and this is a 3rd, just like when we were here. Same thing. This is the song of C shapes. Yeah, anyhow, so on the D1, you do the same thing you did on the C1, but that's going to now sound kind of special because it's got a G in it, so that's a D suspended 4. There's our G and our D suspended 4. Here's our G in that D suspended 4. And then move it to A on the 5th fret of the E string. So it's A with a D in it. That's an A suspended 4. There's our D note in our A suspended 4 chord. And that's it. That's the pre-chorus. C, G, D, A, C, G, and then you can turn it into a whole G chord. A, E minor, C, D. One of these days, A, E minor, C, D, and then the post-chorus, A, D, A, D, and that's it. It's always hard to get back up there. Who was that? I learned a fun fact today. It was has nothing at all to do with what I'm doing right now, but I'm going to tell you while I strum. No, I'm going to stop. Your veins are blue, not because your veins are blue, but because the light goes through your skin, and I guess the only light that makes it through your skin and back out to your eyes is the blue light. So, according to my source, that was not a 7-year-old. That was the internet. Your veins aren't blue. They just look blue. So that's crazy. Anyways, yeah. And that's all there is. You know, in the last pre-chorus, he does this. More. Like twice as much. Give yourself time to switch. It's hard. And that's all I have to say about that. So 1994, or was it 96? Aeolian, I think it was 94. And me, because we chose this song. So thanks to us for choosing this song. And we've opened up a can of worms. But don't worry, I have the big strategy. I'm going to unveil my plan to you in exactly 1 month. And now you know why your veins look blue. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day. And I'm going to go now. So goodbye and thank you for being here. See you next time with more stuff.